Hey, guess who? Can you recognize me? Wait, I'll make it easier. Ha ha, you thought I was going to talk with a mask on the whole time. No, I'm not. No, I'm not a big mask fan in my own house. There are those people who you see virtual signaling their way into your hearts when they're wearing their masks, talking into their own computers. And those same people who are walking down the street near no one else or driving in their own cars by themselves wearing a mask. I'm not one of them. Honestly, how do you guys wear these things all day long? I feel for you. I really do. I mean, I know you have to, and I know you're supposed to. I'm not saying not to, but we also know it's not the most comfortable thing in the world, and I can't even imagine doing it. Yeah, I'm lucky. I retired. If you don't know who I am, which some of you probably don't know who I am, you people who are just being inducted, I never had me in class. I used to teach a long time ago in Berwick High School. I taught chemistry very, very long time ago. It seems that way. It really wasn't, but it does seem that way. It seems like literally decades ago. It seems like a lifetime ago. Not just to me because I'm retired, but to you guys who have been dealing with the whole pandemic stuff, and you've had to deal with it. And that's one of the things I want to talk to you about today for a little bit as part of your National Honor Society induction program here. You guys who have lived through this for the last year, okay, and it really has been a year because in the spring of last year it started. I know because I was actually still teaching, and you had every opportunity to basically pack it in. Some of you probably felt like packing it in a lot. Probably a lot of you had some real issues with this whole thing, not being able to see your friends, playing sports, playing in the band. All the stuff that went along with the pandemic that was affecting you directly. Okay, it's kind of funny because the one thing that didn't affect you much, at least physically, was the actual virus. For the most part, children, kids, people under the age of 18 aren't much affected by it. And yet you have probably paid the highest price of anybody besides the people who died from it, the elderly. Aside from them, you've paid the highest price by far because you've given up an entire year of your life, an entire year that you could have, or you wanted to, your senior year. Maybe it was your senior year. Maybe you, and you're never gonna get that back. So I have to tell you, you had every right and every opportunity to be angry and to be upset and to pack it in and do nothing. But the fact that you guys are being inducted into the National Honor Society tells me something. It tells me that you didn't give in to that. And what you do when no one's looking is actually what's the real determination of character. What really determines your character. Anybody who's being watched during a test will not cheat. But when you don't cheat, when you're not watched, that's real character. It's why I don't know if they still do this, but I know the military academy used to have their tests. The professor would walk out of the room while the test was being given, and they were all on the honor code. And basically, if anybody cheated, the other people, everyone in there, was supposed to tell them. Or first of all, you weren't supposed to cheat, but if you did, it was you were honor bound to basically tell the professor. So that's how you really determine character. Okay, character is not determined by what you do when you're forced to do it. It's what you do when you have the freedom to do it. And this is an interesting point, I think, for a lot of you. A lot of you guys really thought that you wanted this. If you were to think if somebody were to ask you 2-3 years ago, wouldn't it be great if I could wake up in the morning and not have to go to school? Oh yeah, that would be great. And you used to talk about that and dream about that, laying around in your PJs all day, scrolling through your phone, playing your games, going on your TikTok, Twitter feed, and YouTube, and basically spending the entire day doing that. Boy, did that get old fast. Huh? I mean, we're talking, that got old really quick. Within a short period of time, you guys were pulling your hairs out. I mean, you really were. And I don't blame you. You didn't get to see your friends. You didn't get when did you think you'd miss going to school, right? But you did. Okay, I think we all did. I think everybody did. Me less so, because I knew what you guys were going through, and I had just retired. So I really didn't miss that very much. But you guys definitely, I'm sure, realize, be careful what you ask for, because you might get it. And in this case, you did. And nobody wants to go back to that. I'm sure everybody given their druthers would rather right now be back in school full time with all their friends around and not wearing a mask. Okay, because that's the price you pay. So it's not always about how much freedom you have; it's what you do with it, and that's why you guys are being inducted, because you didn't, despite every opportunity, you guys didn't waste it. You didn't take advantage of it. A lot of us do. A lot of us take advantage of the fact that we can get away with being lazy or doing the least amount of work. It's funny. I've said this before. It's happened. It's with most professions. It's happened with, but especially in education, you'll see this. The pandemic didn't necessarily create bad people, but it exacerbated it, made worse many of the qualities of other people. It revealed character. You've heard that about sports, probably. There's an old analogy about sports. Sports don't build character, sports reveal character. And we all kind of know that's true. I've played tennis, basketball, golf a long time with a lot of different people. And there are people you just don't want to play with. Now, a lot of people right now are saying to themselves, I wouldn't want to play with you because I'm loud and obnoxious on the golf course and I have fun. But that's not what I'm talking about. And I think most people don't take the saying to mean it that way. When you're in sports, are you a good loser? Can you lose and not hold a grudge? Can you shake the other guy's hand and not be a sore loser? Can you also not be a sore winner? Okay. And how you play the game. Are you honest in the way you play the game, in calling the ball in or out in tennis, or in not cheating in golf? All right, all of that stuff is revealed. So golf and tennis and basketball and football and all these sports, they don't build character as much as they reveal character. The pandemic's been kind of like that. It's not necessarily built character, all right, as much as revealed the character of other people. And you guys have risen to the top because you're here. You're actually getting inducted into the honor society. And that means that your character was revealed, and it was good character. It was not something, you did not take advantage of the situation like some people probably did. By the way, I said it exacerbates, I think it's done in both cases. So if you have people, students or teachers who were bad to begin with, guess what? Those are the same students who haven't gone to school, who are going to fail for the entire year, haven't done a thing, and taken advantage of every opportunity so they could sit at home and do absolutely nothing. Now, you can think I envy that, but you don't, because you had this same, it's the crazy part about this. You had the opportunity to do the same thing they did, okay? And you didn't do it. Partly, possibly, just because you were bored. Maybe because your mommies or daddies wouldn't let you. I don't know exactly why, but the point is you didn't. And you had every chance to. So, you are to be congratulated. You did the right thing. You rose to the challenge. You didn't sink down to the lowest common denominator. Instead, you guys excelled. Okay? And that was hard to do in a year like this. I would not have blamed you in the least for, no one would have blamed you for being angry and for giving in and for punting and for giving up on the law. But you didn't. And that's to your credit. But going forward, keep in mind, this is not over. These masks that you guys are wearing, don't throw them out. It's not going to be like Tuesday next week, they're going to make an announcement and no one's ever going to have to wear a mask again. It's not going to happen next week. It's not going to happen next month. It's probably not going to happen next year. That's a sad thing to say, and I know you're probably not happy about that, especially if you still have another year of high school or you're going to college and you're looking forward to the future. But you got to keep in mind that whatever happens, the times that you're living in, it's not your to choose where you live. Like the Tolkien, I was just rereading for the fourth time one of my favorite books, the Lord of the Rings, and not sure the exact quote, but it goes something like this: "It's not ours to determine what the times we live in, but it's what to do with the time we're given." And that's what you guys have to do. You have to learn you've already begun to learn how to deal with the times that you're given, and you haven't been given great times. You have been given challenging times, and you've managed to excel. And I hope you continue to do that, because, like I said, it isn't going to go away right away. Right or wrong, good or bad, people are not going to give up control. All right, it may slowly dissipate as people just start ignoring some of the stuff. Because you would have thought that after the vaccines come out and over half the population is vaccinated, you would think that that would be the end, but we're being told already in preparation for that, nope, don't count on that. You're going to have to wear a mask even after that, because we just don't know how long the vaccines are going to last, how much immunity you're going to have, yada, yada, yada. It's not going to go away right away. And so it's not like I'm trying to be this harbinger of doom. I don't want to, scare you anymore. That's their job, to scare you. I'm trying to inspire you, to tell you that you've had a good start. You've already made the best of a really bad situation. I can't imagine. Certainly hope it doesn't get worse. I hope it slowly gets better over time now that we have a vaccine. But don't expect it to go away right away. Don't expect life to return to normal right away. And it's up to you to continue to do what you've been doing, which is basically not not giving up, which is hard to do when you're struck with this kind of nasty situation. You've been strong so far. You need to be strong in the future. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but the fact that you guys have done as well as you've done gives me hope, because in this times like these, one of the biggest things you can have, one of the most important things you can have, is hope. I hope that things will get better, and I think they will. I know they will over time. But even if things don't get better, it doesn't mean that you can't get better. And you have been better. You've been good. Okay? You've done well despite the challenges. And sometimes doing well with a challenge, against a challenge. The greater the challenge, the greater the reward. The greater the reward for yourself when you do succeed and when you do excel. So I wish you luck in the future. I hope you continue to do well. In your next couple of years, you may still be dealing with masks, and you may still be dealing with other remnants of lockdowns and stuff. But I know you've already shown that you can handle that, and I hope you continue to do so in the future. So from probably the last time you'll see me, from a former Berwick area high school teacher, I wish you luck. Goodbye.